Okay, personality development and intelligence. SSB is a test of your? SSB is a test of your? Personality. Very nice. What is personality? क्या लगता है तुम लोगों को? Talk. Yes. General behavior and? कैसे पता चलता है? How do you? Let's say, how much time have you spent in the school? 4 years. You know, this guy is very bubbly. ये अच्छे से बात करता है, ये ढंग से बात नहीं करता, इसका बड़ा attitude है. He is very docile, he is very shy, he has got a lot of ego, he has got a lot of attitude. You have certain perceptions like this about somebody? लोगों के बारे में ऐसे perceptions है? You know, इसके पास ये approachable है, ये approachable नहीं है, ये person से बात किया जा सकता है. Somebody in the faculty also, physics teacher बहुत अच्छे है, chemistry teacher बड़े खड़ूस है, बायोलॉजी वाले टीचर बड़े अच्छे हैं, मैथ्स वाला यार पता नहीं क्या बोलता है क्लास में, आधे टाइम समझ ही नहीं आता. हो सकता होगा ना ऐसे? अभी निखिल कुमार चंद्रकला है, क्या बोल रहा है, आधे टाइम तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा, आधे टाइम आ रहा है. खाना बर्बाद कर रखा है, नींद बर्बाद कर रखी है हमारी 3 दिन के लिए, बड़ी गर्मी है बीजापुर में, राइट? परसेप्शन, राइट? समथिंग अदर्स आर डूइंग विच इज क्रिएटिंग अ परसेप्शन इन योर माइंड, राइट? व्हाट इज दैट समथिंग दैट दीस गाइज आर डूइंग? And this is a question for everybody, not just the students. Anybody can answer. What is that thing?
Behavior.
Huh? Behavior. Who's this girl? Same girl, right? From morning. Very original answers. Very original answers. Okay. Behavior manifestations. तुम्हारे अंदर से जो physiological response, बात करने का तरीका, तुम्हारा टोन, तुम्हारा टेनर, तुम्हारी बॉडी लैंग्वेज, कैसे तुम्हारी बॉडी रिएक्ट या रिस्पॉन्ड करती है. योर बिहेवियर मैनिफेस्टेशंस, इफ आई वर टू इंटीग्रेट देम फ्रॉम 0 to infinity. इंटीग्रेशन समझ में आता है सबको? इंटीग्रेशन, डिफरेंशिएशन, अरे कैलकुलस. इफ आई वर टू इंटीग्रेट 0 to infinity योर बिहेवियर मैनिफेस्टेशंस ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, दोज आर योर एक्शंस. इफ आई वर टू इंटीग्रेट देम, that tells me what kind of a person you are, your persona, that's your personality. राइट? तो सवेरे हम लोग बात कर रहे थे ना, क्या चाहिए ऑफिसर बनने के लिए, क्या चाहिए, राइट? स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट, वेरी गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स एंड ओनरशिप. आई टोल्ड यू 3 थिंग्स, राइट? तो हाउ डज इट वर्क? आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सपोज यू टू वॉलेटाइल, अनसर्टन, कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड एम्बिगुअस सिचुएशंस थ्रू वेरियस टेस्ट्स एंड टास्क्स. व्हाट डू आई लुक एट when I'm exposing you to various tests and tasks at SSB? I am looking at your behavior manifestations. तुम कैसे react करते हो या तुम कैसे respond करते हो in various tests and tasks. Test can be any. It can be thematic perception test, it can be word association test. ये सारे test हम लोग last में पढ़ेंगे. या group situational task, रस्सी, फट्टा, बल्ली, cantilever, behavior in a group. At the end of the day, I am watching different behavior manifestations. Once I integrate those behavior manifestations as a GTO, as an interviewing officer, as a psychologist, then I get to know what kind of personality you are. Once I compare that personality with minimum acceptable level, cut off. सैनिक स्कूल में आने का कट ऑफ था, JEE का एग्जाम लिखोगे, एक सर्टन कट ऑफ, इफ यू मीट देन यू विल गो टू IITs और NITs. वैसे ही इंडियन मिलिट्री एकेडमी, इंडियन नेवल एकेडमी, कॉलेज ऑफ मिलिट्री इंजीनियरिंग पुणे, नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी, कहीं पे भी जाना है तो उसका एक मिनिमम कट ऑफ है इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर पर्सनैलिटी. वो कट ऑफ अगर मीट करोगे तब बोर्ड तुमको रिकमेंड करेगा. एंड एवरीथिंग इज अबाउट स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट, रिस्पॉन्स टू स्ट्रेस, योर इमोशनल रेगुलेशन, योर पावर ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, एब्सोल्यूट क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट एंड योर ओनरशिप. जो मैं सोचता हूँ, what I think is what I speak, is what I do. If your manasa, vacha, karmana sinks in volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous, that means you are limitless and you are fearless. I want that kind of a person. That's what I'm going to recommend. That's why I get a lot of lakhs of people, lakhs of applications, 8 lakh, 10 lakh, 11 lakh. Finally, 460 to 490 is the strength of one cohort at NDA. Correct? That is how tough it is going to be. It was not about your general awareness. It's about what kind of person you are, right? So let's see, what is this personality? What is your academic intelligence quotient? And what is this practical intelligence? What do you guys think? What is your basic intelligence? यहाँ पे पढ़ रहे हो physics, chemistry, maths, biology, commerce, English. These things you're reading, you're learning all these subjects. Yes or no? Yes. You guys are reading some subjects, right? Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE pattern. So you guys are learning some subjects. ठीक है, कल चल के जो लोग फौज में नहीं जाएंगे, they might pick up engineering as a profession, probably business as a profession, MBA, Bachelor's in Business Administration and MBA. Probably some of you might end up doing research, some of you might become doctors. NEET का एग्जाम लिखा. तो whatever knowledge that you garner, that is your basic intelligence, that's your academic intelligence quotient. ठीक है, that's your ability to solve abstract problems and analyze patterns. It can be anything. For all I care, E is equal to MC square. Everybody knows this equation? E is equal to MC square. For all I care, that is your ability to solve abstract problems and analyze certain pattern. There is a pattern, there is a relationship between energy, M and C square, velocity of light and mass. Right? It has a lot to do with your memory capacity. It has a lot to do with your processing speed, processing power of your brain. That's your academic intelligence quotient. But when I ask you to apply this basic intelligence in practical situations of varying complexity, if I ask you to do this, that is your practical intelligence. That's your effective intelligence. Real world applications. Your ability to adapt and change yourself to different situations, different environmental, different social situations. Apply your brain, know how, learn from experience and apply in that one particular situation. I understand that ki aag lag gayi hai. Suppose it's a fire which is caused out of some solid or liquid. Class A, class B fire. First thing is you can probably throw water or throw sand. If it is a class E fire, electrical fire, then I need to switch off electricity, probably use carbon dioxide. Okay. Salt water is good conductor of electricity, right? How many of you seen that movie 3 Idiots? Do you guys know 3 Idiots movie? Very nice. So there is a scene in that movie which जहाँ पे ragging चल रही होती है, right? First years की, right? So this guy Amir Khan, Ranchhod Das Jhanchhadi enters inside, right? And then they say, okay, fine, come and stand in a line. This guy says, no. He switches off, he turns off his hostel ka room, draws 2 wires, attaches those 2 wires to a spoon, and then this guy is pissing on the door. And that guy gets an electric shock. Salt water is a good conductor of electricity. ये हमने पढ़ा था, उसने apply किया. There is a dialogue also in that movie. Have you seen the movie? That is practical intelligence. So if you have the ability to read different situations, however simple and complex they may be, if you can sense different people's emotions and attitudes in different social situations, and also different practical situations of varying complexity, that is your practical intelligence. समझ आ रहा है क्या difference है? SSB को किस चीज से मतलब है? What do you guys think? This or this? Why? That's the right answer. Why? Because you are not going to fight war on paper. You are not going to get into operations on paper, right? It's going to be very practical, which is going to be a threat to your life and the people and the men that you command. There's going to be a threat to life when you're actually into the operations. So it's about practical intelligence at the SSB. Okay. What is emotional intelligence? What do you guys think? IQ तो समझ में आएगा, intelligence quotient. What is this emotional intelligence? How well you guys? ठीक है. And how well you manage emotions of others, the people that you deal with, right? ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना कि सैनिक स्कूल बीजापुर के स्टूडेंट्स SSB देने जा रहे हैं, तो all the people who are reporting there are from Sainik School Bijapur only, that you have known for 6, 7, 8 years. Is it going to happen like this? No, right? You are going to meet people from different class and sections of the society, from different geographies of the country, right? अलग-अलग जगह के लोगों से मिलने वाले, right? So what is this emotional intelligence? The ability to recognize, understand and manage emotions in yourself and influence the emotions of others. It is a bridge between thinking and feeling. It all starts with your तुम्हारी जुबान कैसे है. हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? What is tact? This guy is very tactful. शकुनी और शकुनी के पास है. Yes, what is tact? बोलो. Can influence others' emotions. So what? What do you mean by tact?
Strategy.
Huh?
Tact is strategy.
Strategy. 10 लोगों के बीच में I speak what's there in my heart, what's there in my mind. Whether it is liked by somebody or not doesn't matter. But the way you speak decides whether you're going to make friends or enemies. How you speak, your tone, tenor, your body language, how you modulate your speech, that matters more than exactly what the content is कि तुम बोल क्या रहे हो, तुम कैसे बोल रहे हो. The way you speak, your delivery, that matters more. It has a very big impact on your emotional intelligence. How you handle others' emotions. Okay, why does it matter? Why is this emotional intelligence very important? The one thing is practical intelligence, I told you. Second is now emotional intelligence. Why does it matter?
Getting connected with other people.
Others, right. What else?
Sir, in stressful situations, we have to handle when we command. So the way we communicate matters a lot.
Right. Very nice. What else? Yes.
How we behave in a situation. How we behave in a situation.
Okay, so what will happen? Huh?
Even maintaining our own calm and composure is also important, sir. That also.
Very nice. So what will it do? Eventually, what will it lead to? Eventually, इससे होगा क्या? If you are emotionally intelligent, eventually what is it going to lead to? क्या होगा इससे? Very nice. Ability to influence the group. That's the right answer. ये चारों चीजों का मतलब यही है. Better focus, conflict resolution, stronger leadership, exam calm, performing under pressure. Pressure when it comes, सवेरे stress management, पढ़ रहे थे ना? Everything depends on how you respond under pressure. How do you handle your stress? How do you handle your emotions? These 4 skills, remember, ये सब आने वाला है कल PGT, HGT में, कमांड टास्क में, ये सब कुछ कल होने वाला है. अगर फाउंडेशन स्ट्रांग है तो आगे सब कुछ, everything is going to fall in order. What are these 4 core skills? Emotional intelligence से क्या आता है? Self awareness. अभी सवेरे बता रहा था मैं. Look at the person that you see in the mirror. How well do you know yourself? Your self awareness. Knowing what I feel, why I feel. मेरे को गुस्सा क्यों आता है? मैं shy क्यों हूँ? मैं 4 लोगों के बीच में बात क्यों नहीं कर सकता? Can I express myself? What are my thoughts? What are my desires? What are my feelings? Can I talk in front of people that I don't know of any age group? Doesn't matter. Self management, controlling impulsive feelings. मेरे मुर्गी की एक टांग नहीं चाहिए. फौज में आ रहे हो तो it is all but one together. अकेले कुछ नहीं होता. बॉलीवुड मूवी नहीं है that Hrithik Roshan is flying that and his Sukhoi is dashing some another F class whatever that thing is of Pakistani Air Force and this guy is just ejecting. ऐसे नहीं होता. ये सिर्फ बॉलीवुड मूवीज में होता है. ठीक है, except for the fact that धुरंधर्स exist. So that guide existed. Social awareness, understanding others' moods. If you don't understand other person, उसकी feeling समझ में नहीं आया, तो then you will not be able to talk in a manner in which that you don't create any enmity. And then relationship management, collaboration, cooperation, discipline in a group. ये 4 चीजें very important, very important for a leader. High emotional intelligence, The better the ability to influence the group, the better the leader you are. Okay. Think about it from the perspective. How many of you, like morning you were telling, na, koi football team mein, koi somebody won the match, hockey ka match jeeta hai, something, different houses, right? How does that group behave with the captain? Who is the football captain, hockey captain? Anybody? Either side से vice captain. अरे teams के sports team के कोई captain वैप्टन नहीं बैठे हैं यहाँ पे school के. Nobody is a captain in a team. There is no team house. How is it possible? Yes, yeah. What captain are you? Huh? Basketball captain. So how do you influence your team? कैसे करते हो? तुम्हें मैच जीतना है, suppose. You decide according to that what? What do you decide? Okay. Are you going to shout on everybody? You are going to shout? No. Yes. Huh? What are you going to do? Suppose if I am in your team, let's say, how are you going to deal with somebody like me? You're the captain. You know that I am poor at something. Maybe I'm not able to shoot, but I can dribble. So what are you going to tell me? Huh? Very nice. So you know ki, where can my skill be utilized for betterment of the entire team. Sit down. So the larger goal is for the team to win and not someone to shoot. Who shot the maximum times, maximum number of goals. These things don't matter. What matters is the team has to win. So if this is there in place, the relationship management comes. So the group goal takes priority over your individual ulterior motives. That's why it's very important. Well, like I told you, 9 billion people on earth. How many? What's the earth's population? 9 billion. मैं बोल रहा हूँ इसलिए या फिर you guys really know that? I think it's 8.3 or 8.4 billion. Right? You can see that number on Google. Google is a search bar, right? Is Google a search bar? I don't think it's a search bar anymore. Gemini is integrated into your Google search bar. So it's not just a search bar anymore. It's a thinking agentic AI. Okay? So, officer-like qualities is nothing but a method to interpret your personality. Now there are some standardized methods available in which I can interpret your personality. One of them is called as Big 5 traits. We call it as the ocean model. Your openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness and neuroticism. These are certain traits in which I can interpret what kind of a person you are, what kind of a boy, what kind of a girl you are. These are certain methods. We'll skip this because this is not required. You guys don't have to become psychologists. You guys have to understand how do I develop my personality, how do I enhance my leadership traits and skills, which is going to put you onto the path of recommendation at the board. We are concerned with only this. Let's just see. I am full of ideas and imagination. I enjoy trying new experiences. The way you rate yourself is going to tell me what is the openness index in your personality. That's what openness means. Similarly for conscientiousness, I'm always prepared and organized, or I finish tasks right away. Extraversion, I feel comfortable around people, or I start conversations easily. Agreeableness, I sympathize with others' feelings. I have a soft heart and I do forgive people for the mistakes they do. And then neuroticism, emotional stability. I get upset easily. I worry about things frequently. The lower the score, the higher that shade in your personality. The higher the score, the lower that shade in your personality. So ocean, if I want to figure out ocean traits in all of you, I have a standardized test, 240 questions. I can give the questions to you. You will write some answers. You will say 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, and probably I do assessment of that and I'll be able to tell you what are the ocean traits. Everybody will have different types of ocean traits because everybody has got a different personality. Similarly, there are other methods to assess your personality. For example, projective tests, Rorschach-Inglot tests. This is a test which gave rise to thematic apperception test. Thematic apperception test is a very standardized test. In Indian Army, Navy and Air Force, we modified this TAT to suit our requirements to express your personality in terms of shades of officer-like qualities. And we developed our own TAT. There is a standardized TAT. From there, we modified that and we developed it for our assessment purposes. So how does it work? We show you some stimulus. We'll show you something. That stimulus can be anything. We can show you a picture, we can show you a word, and we can give you certain instructions. Okay? I can show you certain pictures, I can show you certain words, and I can ask you that what would you do in that particular situation? What do you think? What will you be there just in case if you were to be a part of that one particular situation? Whatever picture you see, if you are a part of that particular situation, how are you going to react and how are you going to respond? I can ask you to write that thing. So projective tests are certainly, we ask you to write certain thing, and based on what you have written, we read that and we assess, okay, this is the kind of person he is. What kind of thoughts he has, what kind of positive thoughts, what kind of negative thoughts, how openness, how agreeable, can he mix socially with other people, how rude he is, how soft he is, how shy he or she is. So these kinds of things we assess. So these are different types of tests.